Okay.
Agonizing. I would have cried if Sayori jumped up.
Yeah, basically. Not fantasy.
Dark.
Oh. We just need to stop.
Imagination.
Suicide. No, no. Oh no. I would have been sad about any of them jumping for that.
Lust is it's a descriptive word. Another day passes, and it's time for me to skip.
Just like this part.
It was Cookie, and then Monika was like, hey, do piano. Yuri?
Ooh.
I suddenly noticed that we've just been screeching noises at each other. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you reading this different book from what I was reading.
Not like I feel cheated on or anything. I feel kind of betrayed as your good friend.
I feel kind of betrayed that you're depressed and you never told me about your mental illness. No. I was kind of just waiting for you. If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself, as well. I'll make you tea. Yuri
Is she gonna poison the tea or something? What's happening?
Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside.
The kind that people make tea with.
Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches the electric kettle that she has in her classroom. I'm gonna plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. She looks amazing. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant.
And methodical.
Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks. I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah. Why not? Shall we go then? Yeah.
Where are you two off to?
We're just... Yuri was gonna make some tea, so... I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monika.
It doesn't. Not that weird.
Everything's super dramatic. We're just filling the water pitcher.
Okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? No one asked you.
That's... Monika, please mind your own business. Gosh, that's pretty good. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Humphrey in the club activities?
Shooketh. She's quaking.
Oh, my mouth gapes.
I suppose there's nothing wrong with that.
Yuri needs to calm down.
I know.
Then let's go, Humphrietta. Yuri quickly exits the room, and I follow. I am just as afraid as Monika right now. Comes in the hallway. She suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri. Something about the way she said that, it made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monika to judge people like that.
We got some music? The mood music?
How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me?
Who hurt you?
Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away. but you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for doing something as terrible as that?
As terrible as what?
Amplifying everything.
Oh.
Which is her amplifying the fact that she amplifies things.
Everything.
Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend. Yuri lifts her head. I'm Frietta. I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. It's been 3 days. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, on to the water. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Frietta, do you like oolong tea? What is oolong tea? Is that a plant name?
Probably.
The oolong?
I guess.
The oolong leaves.
It's better than ooh short tea, am I right?
Oh boy. Anything is fine. Anything at all. Just feed me, dirt water. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. I watch as it slowly boils, because that's how hot it needs to be. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course.
It's a very serious issue.
I would never do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed by my tea. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided I would try expressing myself a little more. Turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyways. Aww. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Frietta. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. Gosh, all these emotions, I can't really handle it. I could handle it better when she wasn't doing anything.
Gosh.
I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Frietta, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today?
Getting very Japanese.
Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. My enormous breasts make my back hurt. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry. Didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because of my... my...
boobs.
Your posture, right?
Yeah, her posture isn't that great because of her boobs.
Always hunched over like that while reading. Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's not at all what I was thinking. I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor.
Sound like you were gonna say that's why they should poop on the floor.
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. I'll get that too. It's because I love chocolate. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it, since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer. Okay, that was really gross. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book. I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I have to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her boobs.
Oh no!
Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing.
Probably not much to notice.
Yeah, it's just you sitting uncomfortably. She wears this intense reading expression, and I can only assume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry for opening up this chocolate while we're in the middle of reading. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. I don't want your gross chocolate. Are you sure? It's disgusting. I really don't want it. If I touch it, then it might get smudges on my pages. You're right. I didn't even think about ruining the book that you gave me.
So disrespectful.
My bad. No need to apologize, you ingrate. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands.
Look at her little mouth.
She holds it so that I don't have any harder time of reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Oh, the horror!
Oh boy.
Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then, I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips, as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't just not give her the chocolate. I put chocolate in her mouth. Just like that. Yuri eats it.
A weird image.
It's just hanging.
Yeah, it's not...
It's just a piece of chocolate overlaid over the previous picture. She didn't close her mouth.
There's nothing.
Just like that, Yuri closes her mouth. Chocolate! She's suddenly surprised. Look at how wide her eyes got. Jesus.
It's beautiful.
Look at how glowy and purple they are.
I like it.
Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just eat chocolate? Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened.
Where'd it go?
She ate it. There's no animation in this game. It's a visual novel. You can't expect animation.
I guess.
Frietta.
The debris is animated.
That's easy. Shush. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping me eat chocolate that I explicitly said that I didn't want. That's something friends do. Feed them things that their friends didn't want. Right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but it's weird for your friends to feed you chocolate that you said I don't want any of. Yeah, that's all it was. It was me helping feed you chocolate. Yeah. Then you don't need to stop for anything. I want the chocolate now. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Chocolate eating has never been so serious. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell, just by her expression, that she can't focus on anything except for the chocolate. My heart is pounding, and the chocolate's pounding as well. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. We stare at each other, and then we stare at the chocolate. How did it even come to this?
The freaking, sweat. She's sweating right now.
She's so tense. Her heart is pounding.
It's crazy.
Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest moving to the rhythm of her breaths, as is exactly expected of the human chest to do.
When someone breathes.
I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. She wants the chocolate now. I take the chocolate and superimpose it over her image.
She just looks so sad. This is just such a tragic image.
I feel her hot breath on my fingers.
That's such a weird sentence.
Okay, everyone.
Okay, everyone.
Enough of that. Okay, Jesus. Ooh, ah!
So much fear here.
Yuri jolts back.
It's time to share poems. Frietta, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right?
I can't. My chocolate strategy worked so well, and then Monika cockblocks me.
Yeah, that's what she does.
Humfrietta.
That's her thing.
Okay.
Okay, everybody.
Yeah, of course I can help put away the tea stuff.
Okay, thanks.
The spell is abruptly broken. My chocolate spell no longer works on her. Dang it.
My cocoa bean spell.
I'll take care of the cups. Yeah.
You think it was dark chocolate?
I hope so. Dark chocolate's pretty good. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up.
How much of a conversation do you?
I don't know. That was really intense,
So
intimate
dramatic.
chocolate. That was like you're eating chocolate with your love, and then like you end up throwing chocolate at them as a way to show your love.
I guess.
I don't know. Let's have Natsuki go ahead and hate me.
Well, I can admit that it's better than the last one. It's nice to see you're putting in some effort.
Oh, so she doesn't hate it?
We'll see. I guess just.
Huh. I expected her to hate it. Maybe it's just because Yuri is so anxious and embarrassed about literally everything that Natsuki has a little bit more wherewithal to act like an adult, even though she's small.
Perhaps.
I don't know. Yuri's embarrassment really gets in the way of her doing literally anything.
But I still don't like this at all. It's trying too hard to be serious.
You're right. What do you mean by that?
Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. Yes, obviously we know that, but maybe he just wants it to be deep. It's going to just sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it.
She thinks you suck at it.
Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level.
Was that a little bit of
A compliment?
Yeah, is that
Yeah.
a little bit of a compliment to Yuri?
I think so.
They were just arguing yesterday. Natsuki stopped short all of a sudden. Ha!
She always stops short, am I right? Don't tell me
Huh?
you're not trying to impress Yuri, are you?
What are you talking about? Keep your voice down.
What you so loud for? You know Yuri would love this angsty.
Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean... I mean...
You...
Looks like I'm in trouble.
Mhm.
I somehow struck a nerve. But what I did is beyond me.
I am so done with you.
Oh, she does hate me. Natsuki shoves the poem I handed her back over to me.
Take your stupid poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me.
That's
You wrote it for the club.
No, that's what she said last time, remember? She was like, Monika, don't read stuff that's not meant for you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Ouch. That's what I get for letting a younger girl step into the business. You little midget.
Little
tiny
baby,
man.
little tiny baby.
Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start.
That's low-key kind of true, though.
At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. Got him! So do Yuri. She's gonna love it and want to keep it. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Humfrietta. This might be even better than yesterday's. How'd you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Well, I went home and practiced them. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. And also eating chocolate. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. No, she can't give good handshakes. She has little sweaty palms.
Her palms are sweaty.
Knees weak, arms spaghetti. They're spaghetti.
There's chocolate on her sweater already.
I'm not used to this. Used to what? People feeding me chocolate. It's fine. Take your time. Eat the chocolate at your own pace. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know what Yuri likes to think before she speaks. I know that Yuri likes to think before he speaks. I don't know what she thinks before she speaks. That'd be very odd. So I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. Probably sounds really stupid. No, that's not stupid. It's not stupid to feel nice when you're appreciated.
I know.
But seeing someone motivated by my
thing.
writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? You knew this. This is the premise of the writing assignment.
Does he know anything?
I don't know. I guess not. Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway.
Do they all have awful friends too? Aren't they each other's friends?
Yeah, they're each other's friends.
They're all terrible friends.
The thing is, I don't think that they're terrible to each other. I think that they're all caught up in their own head that they would be terrible to each other.
Get it together, guys. You all need some therapy.
Do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. Oh, this is one we haven't seen before. If it's with you.
The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night, while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again.
I think this is about her hurting herself.
Oh no. Oh no.
That's not good. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more medical.
It's a lot more medical, you know?
I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem to express vivid imagery and conveying the emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. It's obviously about feeding raccoons bread.
Yeah, at face value, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's...
Gosh.
Also about other things, probably.
I mean, she called herself a raccoon pretty much, right?
I don't know.
She said she was talking about the raccoon.
Yeah, but is the raccoon her? Is the raccoon her animalistic excitement that she gets from whatever she's doing, from cutting bread?
Well, that's part of her.
Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way.
I like to think of it as just her feeding.
Oh, here it is.
That's a fun poem.
I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies.
Like murder.
It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing. And people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Humphreyetta?
Well, I am a huge weeb.
Yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. Natsuki's poem on Second Day is also like this too. One about Amy. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Maybe it's not about cutting yourself. Maybe it is just about regular things. Or maybe that's also...
You're getting too deep.
Or maybe it's both of those things. Who knows? Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I'd probably hate myself like I do right now.
I was gonna say, and of course, that's not the truth. I don't hate myself.
I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening, feeding me chocolate. That's exaggerating a little bit. I'm not very good at feeding people chocolate. It's just how I feel. I never thought that I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now, I almost feel like I look forward to it. I almost feel like that. I don't actually. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. It's nothing, really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear.
Hi again, Humphrietta. How's the writing going?
Alright, I guess.
I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad.
Oh, this is one that we haven't seen from her either, because remember, yeah.
I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece.
I wouldn't count on that.
You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today?
Sure. Here you go. I give my poem to Monika.
Alright. This one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style?
Yes. Yes. You can't deny that she's talented.
Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen.
I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside of her.
Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers?
I hope you don't mean that in a bad way.
No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that. You must be pretty into her.
Ooh. You completely misunderstood.
Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend.
Wait, really?
Yeah, a fictional one anyway.
Oh no, don't insult her like that. Monika kind of whispers that last part to me.
It's just a hunch, but...
Well, there's not... Yeah, there is.
Is she, like, talking about, like, in the context of a book, or is she calling her crazy?
I don't know.
Either one is kind of... It's a pretty good roast.
Yeah.
But it's mean.
There's not really anything wrong with that.
Oh, well, I know. I was just saying...
Squiggle.
But anyway... You want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too.
Alright, let's take a look.
Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violet, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaninglessness. Oh, meaningless. Load me. Boy, what? You a machine gun or something? What is this?
It's even more abstract than the last one, huh? The last one was about the guy in the wall. Like looking through a hole in the wall.
Oh yeah.
That's way less abstract than this one.
Wait, guy looking through the hole in the wall?
She was looking through a hole in the wall, and then something was looking back at her, or something like that.
Is she a robot, ain't she? What are you? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
No, I never said that I hated it, even though I do. It's just kind of a thing I've never really seen before, I guess. And it makes me hate it.
I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote those lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise.
It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though.
Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of feeling, or a conversation with the reader.
Okay.
So putting it that way, not every poem is about something.
You think load me was a command?
Yeah, I think so. I think, like, there's definitely something spicy going on here. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. Okay, well, now she's just telling us. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? We've become too self-aware. What am I even talking about? All of these hoes laughing after they say some crazy stuff. That's my advice for today.
To save your game.
Make sure to like and
sometimes.
subscribe and to save your game because I am the game.
Thanks for listening. It's Yuri.
Ooh, I like this one, Humphrietta. It has some nice feelings in it.
I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's?
Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both.
So this is different from the last conversation we had with her.
Yeah, all of us getting different and spicy.
But why is this one different?
I don't know. That's
not very helpful, you know.
Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem.
I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. And again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place.
Yeah.
Oh, so
yeah.
It skips now. And she's talking about how she likes bittersweet poems, and then this is the Bottles poem, and then we're performing.
Oh.
Yeah. You remember this?
Yes.
Let's walk home with Yuri. Because we're being honest to her, because that's what a friend would like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like a friend would be understanding of that.
Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so...
Isn't she so beautiful and smart?
It has nothing to do with what I just said.
You admitted it.
Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen.
Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know?
That's... I don't like that sentence. Knowing that she's depressed.
I know, it's just like, soon I'll be able to off myself.
Need you. Sayori. I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now.
Sorry.
Everyone is different.
Look at how sad she looks.
She looks destroyed.
I know,
Lying in the club is a replacement for you.
If you say so.
Conversation trails off, and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me in such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time?